Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is NutRaisin. We shall be playing more PLO 50 right in the action. Already sitting on 2 PLO 50 tables on RunItOnce, 2 PLO 20 tables on microgaming. I checked out the PLO 50 tables on microgaming. There is exactly one that looks interesting. All the other ones are kind of rubbish right now. But microgaming is a placeholder anyway, until we... hang on. Until the splashy hour starts, of course. Here was a min-raise pot, I came over the top. That's fine. What question would we do here? Here... So they've seen me raise like all hands so far played on this table. I think we'll let it go. Here, once the 5 pairs, let's go in for a bet. Still got called by all the ace-kings. Never mind any 5s, of course. She could have sized down here, probably. Yeah. Save some money in case something like this happens. Also, the bet has the same effect if I size down, I think. Oh, hang on, is that seat open on the table is waiting for? Maybe. Right, so I updated my layout, my thingamabob, and should now have 6 slots, 6 dedicated slots. No more dragging needed during the splashy hours when we play on 6 tables. Check, yep, that's, yep, cool. Just check something. Cool. Nope. This looks a little bit nicer. So, yesterday we ended with 4 binds in profit, making it a pretty sweet day. It was a very action-packed session. We had some nasty runouts. Could have easily been up a little bit more. Well, you know, add some more nasty runouts into the mix, or so. We could have easily been down, so far be it from me to complain. Start by checking here. It's not the greatest board. Over here we have a nice raising hand. He bets the pot, huh? Well, we need to let it go once more. Fair enough. Closing the action, sure. Stopping top 2. I was a little bit uncertain what the move is here. 4 ways. That is... wait, that is not a bad one. Let me take it down. I think I need to redo the hotkeys. They're a little bit... yeah, yeah. Yeah, let me do that. I'll just keep one table up for a minute while I redo the hotkeys. Although, tough call, because the way they are right now are deeply ingrained to my muscle memory now. Yeah, I think I'll leave them as they are for now. See what happens. Hopefully not too many misclicks. And that's gonna be us in a nutshell. Pair, flush draw, and a wrap. Quite happy to get the money in. We're just gonna pot it now, I think. Here, calling seems fine. Also nice having the 9 here blocking the nuts, which he shouldn't really have. He's not gonna have them at this point. Alright. And that's us. Nice! Also, Shazam! He flopped nice too, he flopped a set. Tough call for him on the turn, I mean... against you, I think we need to take one off here. We might actually... Might actually not be stupid to raise it against her. She is pretty active. And we blocked the top set. Mogrees! Hey, that's a pleasure having you here. Good to see you, Mogrees. Gonna give you a proper shout out a little bit later when there's more people in the channel. Money is going in from my end, I think. Hope we're not up against 2 pair at this point. Nice! Very nice! It's certainly not my standard line there, but against her, I thought that was her, him, Jan, whatever his or her gender might be. Doesn't matter for the purpose of this decision. That's of course a rather nice flop for coming over the top. Now I'm heading back to back. Back to bed? Back to bed. You do that. Get some much needed rest if you had to get up early. And that settles it for us as well. Just potting it here once more. Shouldn't be behind the ace queen all that often. This session is starting out all right. Flopping as baby flush. Okay. That's no good. Check once more. We do make 2 pair, let's see. Up against the straight. Here we flop kinda nice, I wanna say. And here we can now bet a little bit. Get raised? Well, really? It feels a little bit like we're up against a good hand. Now it's only jacks that beat us, and we're not leaving this party anytime soon, right? Table 1 with the flush, we ended up taking it down. I mean, do we need to raise here? Maybe not. No king nor ace, that's wonderful. Might be a very, very helpful card. Might make him a better full house. Might make him a straight that he needs to call with now. Or wants to call with now. Curious hand. A €3 cash drop here, 6 BB. Here we have a pair and a nut flush blocker. I think we still raise it. Here we're gonna call. That's not helpful at this point. We're letting this go. Wow! And he has a lot of aces there. Wait, you're really short? I hadn't noticed that. In that case, can't fold it. And we are good. Wait, take this one down too. Too bad. I thought... Well, no. I was gonna say I thought there's a decent chance he has an ace, and there is a decent chance he has an ace there. Just a little bit of a pity he didn't this time around. A little bit later this week, Icon. Man, if you get another deep run today, then I'll be at a loss for words. Welcome back, Icon. Thank you for the good luck. So far, we're starting off fine, by the way. Up, I think almost 2 buy-ins currently. Probably more than. However, here we're not gonna increase our stack. How about here? Maybe? Maybe? I don't know about this one. I need to look it up in a moment. I mean, we're gonna raise it to fold it to a raise. That much is a given. Interesting. Let's start off by checking. No great flop here for us. This one we are done with. So King 9-3, huh? Now that's a rather intriguing card. Let it go. And an additional PLO 50 table firing off. Alright, I guess we can let go of some PLO 20 tables then in a moment. Ugh. Always the funniest card to roll off. Here we made an open-ended straight flush draw after I... And a flush already after I raised. Kind of a thin-ish raise. Really. I mean... It's just such a good, decent price. What can we do? Yeah, maybe not call still. Probably the superior option. I mean, what's he gonna have there? Sometimes he shows up with a bluff, sure. Maybe even often enough, I don't know. Good feeling about this? Alright, so on the new... Wait. Here we have an interesting situation now in the end. I think we need to let go on the hole, don't we? Bet the turn. We do have that 8. We don't have any... Whatever the green thingies are. Clubs. With the 8, I'm gonna call this time around. Nice! For a complete bluff catch there. Very, very sweet. Take one off here. That was pretty fun. Over here we have the nut flush now, it turns out. Maybe I'm not so hot about the turn call, flop call. We only have, well, we have 2 pair, we have a gutter. Yeah, I think it's fine. So, what was I gonna check out? The King 9-3, small blind versus button. Knew there was something. Yeah, correctly so. Does not get played. What happened?
Almost new bog day. Keep on crushing the 50s. NutRaisin, NutRaisin, NutRaisin.
Raven, thank you very much for the resub. 5 months, and by the time 6 months will come around, should you choose to, then the new sub badges will be here for sure. I think I should be getting word from the artist today. Cheers, friend Raven. Thank you very much. That puts a smile on my face already. This does too. 5 months! Jesus Christ. Alright. Happy 3-better. We're gonna take one off here with... usually this is a fold, I think. At least... well, multiplayer we're getting a better price. So... And we do flop an ace. I have to let it go. What's happening here? You know what? Maybe not. Ah, the queen is bad. I would have taken any low card and would have continued to put the money in here. It's a so very active guy. Question is... we let it go. It might be a little bit gambly. But I think I'm going with it. Alright. Nice. Yeah, 90% 3-bet was what made me call. Pre-flop and post. And I'll do my best, Raven, with crushing the 50s. I think as long as I can avoid tilting, which so far I only did once at the 50s, so I think I like my chances. We are doing fine, by the way. Microgaming, we're up 44 or 45 bucks. And then run it once we're up 50, so up almost 2 buy-ins. This might help. Does indeed. Ooh, this might help too. Ace 6-4. And tables are filling up, by the way, so I think we can do away with the microgaming shenanigans pretty soon. Let's play this one a little bit differently. And, you know, I go for the squeeze there a lot. That's not this time. Down here I raised the small blind. This is alright. Unfortunately not the flop I was hoping for. We can give it a shot, however. Nice. Didn't expect that to work. Oh, see, I was wondering why the thingy couldn't pronounce badge. So we do make the nut flush draw here, and I can finally get rid of some tables. What do you know? We make the nuts. Also make the nuts. Where's the key? Here. Certainly welcome. Ah, that's maybe too big of a bet sizing. I'm realizing. And check all the way. What am I mean, yeah, sometimes I do bluff here, but still. Don't like it. Take this one down. 13 entries at PLO 50. Oh, okay. Cooler! Hey, welcome back! Welcome back, sir. Not much to do, unfortunately. I think I'll redo the hotkeys. Hang on, give me a moment. I'll just leave one table in focus for a minute and do that really quickly. This is gonna be weird otherwise. Yeah. Wait. So, oh no, I can't use the hotkeys. I'm in here. Never mind, abort. I'll do it in the break. It's gonna be too confusing right now. Just try to hit the right keys. It's an excellent one to c-bet on. I came in for the squeeze here, which I think is alright. Nah, screw it. I'll do it with the hotkeys. Decision-making skills for the win. Alright, so I'll leave this table up and be distracted for a moment. Really, you're calling, huh? Okay. Go. That's an unfortunate run out. You're gonna be hotkey 3. Alright. Okay. Wait. Oh, yep. Give me a moment while I'm mumbling to myself, trying to not cock this up. Right. Alright, let's see if that worked. So, table 1, right? Table 2, right? Table 3, right? Table 4, there's nothing there right now, but okay, that's the wrong thing then. Table 5 is here, table 6 is here, alright. 1 isn't working. 4 should be here, okay. Table 3 in the past. Okay. It's super confusing, hence the mumbling. Wait, it should be fine. Well, it would have been the pro move to do this before the stream. Which I did, but I didn't think about the hotkeys needing to be a little bit different. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think I'm almost done. Right, so let me try this again. Table 1, fine. Table 2, fine. Table 3, fine. Yep. Ah! Whew. Okay, that wasn't annoying at all. Alright. So I probably hit the wrong key because now I changed something. So I probably hit the wrong keys a couple of times today. I'll try my best not to do it too often. Okay. That is not a bad card at all, I would say. Ugh. Really? Well, I guess you had the 8 deuce on the turn. Look at this gentleman. And you had the best hand. Tough to argue with that. So let me see, face cam should be... So that's all the tables, that's that. Alright. The 10, the 6 to 5, yeah, sure. Go for a bet. I thought the splash was a little bit bigger when I initially bet here. I'm gonna check at this point, I think that's fine. Calling closing the action with pair of jacks here, why not? Block the second nuts is probably not enough to do anything about it. He bets now. Nah. Okay, so on microgaming we're up a little more than 1 buy-in. I suspect that's not gonna change for a while since we have enough RunItOnce tables now. 55 minutes until we get splashing. Why does the Nightbot post it twice? Hang on, that's annoying me. Check up on that. Alright. I'll need to raise this one in position. Not in position, but closing the action there, I mean. Flop a pair. Two backdoor flushes. Make that a gutter now and a pair and a flush draw. Need to call it. Alright, there we go. Backdoor flush. Take it down. No, we really should post it twice. I have no idea why it does that. I guess the pots are nice, you post it twice. Oh, no clue. So what did this gentleman show up with in the end? Ace Queen 10 6. Oh, two pair, alright. Queen 10 6 to 3 hearts. Was a single raise pot, right? Yeah, okay, then that makes all sense then. So you should be table 4. Right, perfect. Love it when the plan comes together. Except when it goes down to shit right away. I.e. heads up. Ugh. Ace is here. What do we do about these? That depends what this gentleman does. I think we just end up calling. Like, if I raise here, this guy is always gonna call. Almost always, this guy is then always gonna call. That's a fine board for us, I would say. This might actually be a raise. Like, if he c-bets here, we might want to consider coming over the top. Yeah. Not often check raising with only a pair. But here, unless he has queens, then... Ooh, man, and we have a superbly disguised hand. If he has the 4-5, then GG. Wow. So far, it feels like we couldn't have scripted this any better. Come on! He couldn't have scripted it any better either. Well, raising in pre wouldn't have changed anything there. So that hand completely played itself, unfortunately. Two pair against Bluffy Gentleman number 1. Unfortunate though, we were pretty deep there. Oh well, at least a little bit deeper than standard. Wait, he was the super steppy dude from earlier, but we easily beat there, I think. At that 4-5, huh? Jesus. Nasty. I think so, right? These don't get played in that spot, do they? He's a little bit weak. Like, even if the Matrix wanna tell me that the standard move would be to raise, I wouldn't do it against this guy. Because raising there, you at least in part do because of some fold equity, which is not really a given with Melvin. Yeah, does not get played at all. No contest. Make the 10 high flush. Okay, check once more for now. Yeah, I knew the king was a bad card. I called him on the turn. Flop went check check. Didn't like that king. Alright, let's limp this. With $3 in the middle, I don't think we have a good chance of even getting it down to heads up here. Although this guy has been playing this snug. Well, it's better than nothing. That's too much, man. That's too much, man. Hey, that's kind of nice against this guy. So if he finds the bet button, which he does. Get a fold. Nuclear Smurf, thank you very much for the good lucks and for being here yet again. Good to see you, Nuclear. Cheers. Hey, the good luck is working. What do you know? Yeah, welcome back to the channel, Nuclear Smurf. Okay. Hey, you know what? I think I'm getting used to the new hotkey setup pretty quickly. Sweet. Where we now have room for 6 tables. It's quite a hefty bet, my friend. With a pair, open-ender, and the backdoor flush draw. Also blocking a diamond, I think that's good enough. Looks pretty nutty to me. How does it look to you? Robert A. A? Nice. This guy is bluffy. He doesn't seem to be overly call happy. Important distinction. Oh, don't forget everybody, tomorrow will be the first day that the sentence ending? Right, that the home games will happen on Fridays, which they will do from now on. I want to play with this guy. What's the solver approach to a triple suited hand here? Not quite sure. You know what? It's probably still... Oh, it's close! The Jack 9 is... I was gonna say it's probably still a raise. A raise folded that, of course. And with the Magda 8 and 9, it is indeed. The Ace King Jack 8 just gets folded though. Alright, the more you know. Now this guy we want to be a little bit wary of. It's a good color for him. Actually, he can get a yellow color, even though he's not asleep. He is playing very, very snug. So we want to be careful if he raises. Whereas this guy is more fun. Even though it doesn't show it right now, or his avatar doesn't. Hey, they're playing a big one. Here, of course, I'm calling. Up flush draw on a paired board, even against Lucy McGoosey Melvin. Let it go. He made trips on the turn, or a set rather. I wonder what coordinate he had. Queen Jack 9-8, so an open ender on the turn and the flush draw. Okay. Wait, that's the wrong key. The right key. Had a break from Twitch, but now I'm back. Happy you chose this channel to come back to. Nuclear Surf. Yeah, taking a break from anything really is a good call every once in a while. I'll try to take a break from losing and tilting today. If that gets us that plan. And thanks to the pot we lost there and a little bit, some small losses here and there, we are now just about breaking even. Tiny bit in profit for the day so far. But I mean, we lost, what, 1.5 binds at that hand? Where we turned the aces. Ah, that was a sweet spot. But unfortunately, it was a sweet spot for him too. Oof. Swing and a miss. Tomorrow, the home games, yeah. Although they will be, well, they will be slightly different from... The home games themselves will be the same, it's just that the Twitch part of them will be a little bit different, because this week they take place during the splashy hour, and the first hour is going to be the 80% hour, splashy hour to boot. So I will play in them, of course, and they will be on the screen, but I will also be playing 6 cash game tables at the time. So they will not receive a lot of attention on screen tomorrow, unfortunately. But the splashy hours are just too valuable, I feel. To let them pass by or reduce the table numbers. Yeah, so I'll only be showing the hands pretty much that I'm involved in. Up a very, very nice wrap here, and with both the backdoor flush draws, we want to get some money in right away, I feel. Usually I prefer to have a pair for that. On top of the... wait. On top of the wrap. Ah, too bad. I thought I could bluff you out and you had something that doesn't hit this range. Took it down with that wrap. Yes, but the short answer to your question, Nuclear Smurf, is yes. Home game tomorrow at 7. Not even sure I can fold this. Should Ernie raise here. Ah, we only have... Thought I had the ace high flush, front door flush. Okay. Not ready to fold yet, though. So when it comes to full houses, we block, of course, 9's full. 3-4 is an option. That's pretty much it. So I think it's gonna be a full house 3's and 4's. Or a better flush sometimes. Or we're good. Just don't put us to the test here. See a check, that's a good start. Where's the money going? In the right direction. Checking out what she had in a moment. It gives us top and bottom. And she had queens, queen, queen, 9-5. So she had the 9 with an overpair. And she had one diamond too. Just a bit more straightforward. Knock the second nuts. I don't feel I wanna bluff this guy, but let's see. Don't have the lower flush. Nice! Jemmy C! Hey! I saw. Hang on, Jemmy. Got a spot down here. And hopefully it's not gonna be a mistake, but I think we're coming over the top here. The 3-4 is not out there a lot. He agrees. Jemmy C is a new kid on the block. Not in poker by any means, but he is a recent addition to the RunItOnce streamers. And does so very well, streams PLO 50, and I don't fancy having Jammy on my table, I'll be honest. He's a good player. Which is evident in the stream, so do check him out if you need more if you want more PLO in your life. You know what? I would have preferred to check here in hindsight. She showed that she can call. Yep, take one off. It's an excellent one to roll off. Bet heavy guy. Let's see if he can go for the. He wants to go for the bet. So at this point, we're gonna go for the bet fold. Are you on my tables already, Jammy? Yeah, put the shout out link here. Do check out Jammy's channel. As I said, he's a good player. I would have preferred he had stayed away from RunItOnce. Right, and that's what I was trying to say initially. You were at my table yesterday, or I was at yours, depending on your point of view. During that splash you took down. I was the guy with the set of 5s there. I hemmed and hawed for a while, like, should I call, should I not? But at that point, of course I had a crappy hand pre-flop with that, what, 10-5-5-4 or something single suited. But the pot was already so large, I was up for the day. I thought, let's gamble. Hitting that set sounded, looked great. But good on you for taking it down, man. Congrats. I took one down yesterday as well. I saw 3 100 BB splashes. Did you see a bigger one yet during this promotion? I saw 3 yesterday, and in total, I believe 5. We saw 1 every day and 3 yesterday. And today is... yeah, that makes 5 in total. Incidentally, we won a few pots here and there, putting us back half a bind in profit, a little more than. Misty light. Well, let me just double check. This is table 4. Oh, hang on. Now I need to change the table numbers. Crap. Okay, now the table. But that I cannot do at runtime. That'll be too confusing. Like the table numbers that are shown on, like, here. But you are table 5 and that's here. Okay, perfect. Oh. Well, as a 3-bet, I'm not checking here. Hoping not to get raised, because then we can't get away from it. Shouldn't get raised all that often, though. We block the ace-queen. At this point, I think it's pretty certain she has an ace. Because we're blocking the draws quite nicely. I think there's a decent chance we see a check behind. Ace-9 will bet. Ace-king, maybe not so much. Unless it's with the flush draw as well, but... I need some tea for that. I think we need to let go, and that's the long and the short of it. Yeah, 4 pot-sized. Little we can do. Sidegasm! Hey, welcome back to the fray, Sidegasm. I read, I was gonna say, I'm surprised you're here. I thought you were a little bit hungover. Taking this one down. I needed to call, first of all, pre-flop I needed to call because it's this guy. And on the flop he had like a euro more or something. Sidegasm, of course, is deeply involved in the community's Twitch poker. Hang on, I need to use the chat command. I never can remember the names of the websites. There you have the links. Top Twitch streamers and top poker streamers are both great communities if you're looking for streamers, or if you're a streamer and look to build a community up. And Sidegasm is heavily involved in these. So huge kudos and shout out to her. That's what I meant to say. Kudos, huh? I think I'm claiming that. Wait. What? Okay, you 2-pair, flush draw, you 2-pair. I get it, okay. And if I was there in Nuclear Swerve and Sidegasm, we would have had to get another one. I would have partaketh? I would have joined. Let's make it easy on myself. Not seen a bigger splash so far, okay. I'm assuming you are streaming all the splashy hours, or at least playing all the splashy hours this week? I certainly will. And yeah, I'm sure you know by now that I've seen a bunch of bigger splashes, a whole bunch. Like when it comes to at least seeing splashes, I'm running like the Lord, and even when it comes to winning splashes, I have absolutely no leg to stand on when it comes to complaining. Far from it. 3-100 BB while playing that one. Alright, alright. Hey, not bad. So you've seen some 100 BB ones at least. Cool. Nope. You know what? Nobody has a king. You need to fold a lot. And if not, then we risked 150. Yeah. Fair enough. Against Melvin, came over the top. Folds right away. He bets. Good for you, my friend. Get raised here. I doubt we're supposed to let this one go out. We'll check it out. Dicey. We are on the button. A check is a bet sizing I can definitely afford. Woo! Yeah, we're never folding that. So, hang on. Here, we are check raising. Here, we are betting. I mean, we're not blocking the straight, but I don't think she should ever check that straight. It's kind of unfortunate. Sorry, that's kind of unfortunate. Still getting used to the new hotkeys here. Here we are checking. Make that flush. He bets. Here we are betting now. Here we're betting as well. See a check. I think we're taking this one down or splitting it. Yeah, take this one down as well. Got called here. Get called here. I think we're good. Also don't think we're getting called by much at this point. Queens would be pretty much the only hand we're targeting that could call us. We're trying to... yeah, okay. I mean, fair enough. Did have those queens. That was pretty funny. Okay, that 6 changes exactly nothing. Oh, Morgie's back. Thank you for the shout-out, Sidegasm. I was promising him one. Oh, I was gonna give him one myself. He joined at the very beginning of the stream, but then nobody was in the channel. If you guys want to check out some mixed game magic, then do head over to Morgie's channel. And to top it all off, he's also a very nice gentleman. And yeah, I enjoy his content quite a lot. Great guy, Morgie's. Okay, I missed some... things to the chat. I'm a whiskey guy indeed. Disclaimer, I don't know too much about whiskey, but I have one of my good friends is a veritable expert when it comes to whiskey. And so he fixed me up with Lafroig. Used to be a favorite of mine, and for my birthday I got a Kilchomen. I think that's what it's called. I think it was Kilchomen, which is even more peaty and smoky, and I love that one, man. It's like 50 euros a bottle, that one. It's not... the Lafroig is like 25, 30. The cheapest one, you can go really expensive with Lafroig as well. But so the Kilchomen is a little bit more expensive, but man, is it a great whiskey. Not folding here. And this is one exciting flop for us. See a check. Happy to check behind. Yeah. Not a fair chance of that one working, huh? That was quite a quick call there. Interesting. I think we might want to value bet this guy a lot. I mean, he had a full house, but I would need some time to consider my options with that full house. It's gonna get a call happy question mark note. While we check here for starters. Alright. You have a pair? Or are we taking it down? You have that pair, huh? Oh, you also had us all the way. So we just got caught bluffing here, which might make it a little bit harder to get this one through. We'll see. So, catching up with the chat a little bit more. I think I kind of owe it to myself to go for it now. I don't have much in the ways of showdown value. We'll see. I'll let you know how it goes. Melvin coming over the top with the overpair, and we do take it down here. Sweet. I think we're going for it. Although we haven't seen him raise the flop yet, which is a little bit concerning. Set. We need a 10 or an ace or a thingamabob. A diamond. Unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Playing all days, as far as I know, Jemmy C says. Alright. Peach flavored whiskey, okay. Yeah, I think that's headache material. The added sugar. If there is added sugar. Drinking real like really good whiskey is an interesting high, an interesting state of drunkenness. It's not like with other alcohol, I feel. I don't know, it has a different feel to it. Right, calling here. Making, oh hang on, we got some stuff in the going on. Making a straight, having a set. He raises it again now. We make this the flush. I called a pot size bet, which I really shouldn't have. See where it gets us. Wait, here. I mean, no, here. I had the right thingy. Hopefully it slows him down. It does. Queen 9? Yeah, Queen Jack. Kind of felt like it too. Should have listened to my internet. My inner voice of reason. Nothing to do with nitterness in that case. We've seen this guy go crazy, but not with the raising, just with the betting. Alright. Very tight guy, very straightforward guy. Gonna go for one bet and then leave it be. It's still a fine board to see bet on-ish, especially against a guy like this. Okay. We're a little bit in the red, not much. Half a buy-in currently. Thello! Hey, Thello! Good to see you! Woot! Hang on, I need to catch up with the chat. I use a funnel now. You reckon? Okay, okay. Oh lord. Top 2, not much. Well, I say not much, it is something. So cage match on the Run It Up stream today, 2 p.m. Oh man, 2 p.m. I need to check the time zone. So I'll be streaming the splashy hours, but I suspect it's gonna be on at the time where I'm not streaming anymore, and I will join you guys for sure as a viewer of. Nice. Had a nice 25-50 online session as a warm-up. Won a couple of buy-ins before the other guy quit. Cheers! Yeah, that's an excellent question in general, and even in this case, this guy has been pretty nutty so far post, but after I did it, it occurred to me that he has been bluffing our pants off with bets, but not with raises so far, so you're completely right on the money there. Here in our hand, backdoor flush draw, start off with a bet. Wait, that's the right key. Yeah. Yeah, there was some history with that guy, as I said, but as soon as I clicked that button, it really did occur to me that he has not been aggressive with his raises, just with his bets, where he has been super loose. We're just gonna let it go. Not getting bluff raised that much on the flop so far in my experience at PLO 50. Certainly not in the stakes below. Generally speaking, this is a fold. Pretty aggressive dude though. Let's take a look at the flop. Top 2 is probably gonna do it for us. We do have a 7. We block both trades a little bit. High and the low. Don't have any hearts, which is a bit unfortunate. So an ace with hearts is always gonna call us. Okay, now we're coming over the top. Yeah. Narrowing opponent's range to only stuff better than our stuff with a full pot, or yeah. Full pot size bet left. I agree. Good to have you back. Always very valuable to me. What you put in the chat. Yeah, at this point we're jamming. If he has aces, GG. Nice, GG. I have the nut flush blocker here as well. Got our 2 nuts and top 2. Backdoor flush draw. Yeah. We're going with the blockers. Took down his last euro here. I called his all-in. There was a small splash, but his all-in was like 4 euro. Here we flop pretty excellent. And here we're gonna go with the pot. Turn is awesome. Nuts stay nutty. And unfortunately she had enough. Didn't take it anymore. This is really... With a 7 high flush, wow. Do take it down over here. And get aces in turn. PM is in 4 hours. That's gonna be tough to do for me. Having all the jacks here, I think, is a good enough incentive to start bluffing. Making a nut flush draw now. Sorry, here. Table 2, we took it down. Heads up, master. Will do. Hang on. Wait. Strange, don't see a new whisper. Maybe it takes a moment. "45 minutes. I think I will take a short break before the splashy hours are upon us. I have a highlight video prepared, so there's something to watch, a new one too. Hang on, what's the new button? That's the new button. Nope. Gonna be a raise fold. Hello. It's not the run it up, it's the run it once hat. This one is super lucky. People have started bidding for it. Like for this one in particular. And it is nice. Although disclaimer, not disclaimer, but marketing shtick ahead, I guess. There is gonna be a NutRaisin hat with the NutRaisin logo in a few days, I think. The embroider of Bad Beat Clothing came back to work, or had time and is trying to transfer the logo to a hat. Thank you, Thello. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think the flush draw is never folding there. Judging by his turn play, he wouldn't have folded on the flop. Yeah, right. I think so too. I prefer to wait for the turn there as well. Against most players, there are some players where that are just so wide and bet so much. 400 BB, I go with it. Let's sit out all tables in a moment. And I think should be back in profit. Yeah. Just barely, not much. $10 or so. So hang on, we got this going on, which is kind of cool. Never folding here, obviously. That's a nice flop. Three ways. Okay, three ways we're checking. Particularly interested in folding just yet. And here we're going with it like right away, of course. This should really not, he really shouldn't have a straight at this point. We should be ahead here almost always, right now, is my main point. And get a fold there. Turn, excellent, wait. Right key here. I read my hotkeys today, so I might hit the wrong ones every once in a while. Here we're letting it go quite happily. Take it down with the tens, and take it down with the, with the blocker play here. The key, that's the key. And this will be the last hand for before the break. I will be back in 5 minutes, and then we'll be live continuously for the next 2 hours, for the splashy hours. I just want to like stretch my legs a little bit before those roll around. Those are always, exciting and exhausting a little bit due to their excitement. Well, that sounded strange. Anywho, I'll put up the highlight video and I'll be back in 5 minutes. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in so far. Let's get splashing soon. So if Roderick here doesn't return, I'll close this table as well. And it's a nice conclusion to this story. We somehow back our way into the ultimate nuts here. Full house, kings and jacks. Really? Curious. It's obvious something he can call with once we shove. Right on. That's pretty nice. Alright, let's squeeze here then. That's gonna be fun. Not folding if he comes over the top, we're just gonna play for it all. Called, so we're very likely gonna play this one multi-way now. I'm certain that these guys are very interested in playing against Mr. Gone Broke as much as they can. And that's a board to put more money in on. To go broke on if need be. We have a decent rep, we have all the backdoors. This is an awesome board actually. I think. Looking mighty nice. Okay, we stand to win a 45-50 euro pot here. Not a bad card. We don't get there, unfortunately. We had a kind of iffy overpair, open-ender. We are blocking the nuts. Do I just want to get it in here, or do I want to fold? Seeing that we are blocking the nuts, I think I'm gonna get it in. And that's us. Right on. Right, so this I'm letting go. Here, I'm not folding. This is also a very crazy gentleman. And what a flop. Alright, and back. Need some music. Here we go. Alright. So I'm gonna reset the tables where I'm deep for the splashy hours only. Because here we're deep 3 ways. If a huge splash happens, I would prefer to play for 1 bind, basically. Hey, also thanks for sticking around, everybody. So, 7 minutes. What's the tally right now? Oh, we're starting off the splashy hour. Half a bind in profit. Nothing to sneeze at. Yesterday we had the first big splash like a minute into the first splashy hour. So disregard most of the table numbers that are displayed here on the overlay, because I added new hotkeys and I messed up the table numbers. Can't change that. Can't change that while the session is going on, it would be too confusing. Jamie C! Good luck to you, sir. And likewise, yeah. So here I definitely made a mistake calling in the small blind, yeah. But I do flop nice. Actually should have led here this... let me rethink this. She's in the big blind. So she does hit this flop. Quite a lot too. With the 6 and the 10 in my hand, blocking straights and straight draws. I think we're fine raising this up. Also, we have a gutter ourselves, both backdoor flushes. If the money goes in, we are doing fine against the straight. That's the new button for that. Wait, where did that go? There it is. Right. Just a call. Man, I hope I'm not messing up the hotkeys too much now. I'll do my best. And that is a rather decent flop for our hand. Here, of course, we're just gonna check or fold, depending on what happens. And here we are gonna pot it. I think it's also nice that we have the King of Hearts. Otherwise, I would be maybe even checking behind here sometimes. Yeah, without a heart, I think there's a decent chance I'm checking here, to be honest. This is awesome because... Well, no, it's not awesome. It makes it harder to get called. The good thing is we have 2 kings, so we're not splitting this very often at this point. If he bets, we're gonna need to... you know what? Against this guy... the question doesn't arise, luckily. And we are good against the top pair and the flush draw, really? I hope I had the right table in view. Yeah. Always. It's not ideal that we're blocking one of our outs, don't have a spade, but gets the job done. Nah. Feel free to critique that. I have little idea about heads up, nothing has changed in that regard. Where's here? You can go with it. Can also call a raise. I think. I have an open ender. I'll make a pair. Looks like there's some money going in here. Wow. I know what he has. That solves it right there, huh? Take a note on that guy. Melvin is involved once again. It's interesting to see what he ends up showing up with. Do we block anything? Nope. Oh, okay, that's a good hand to show up with, I guess. A little bit too disconnected, I feel. Let's check it out. Ace Jack 6-4. Jack 6-4 against a cutoff open. Cutoff. I think the connectivity just isn't there. He did have an ace-high suit, but yeah, that's exactly right. For the raise fold here. Right, heads up, master. You said you sent me a whisper. Let me check. Let me reload that page because it's not showing up. Yeah, raise fold confirmed. Oh, there it is, the whisper. Hang on. Jesus. It's a lot of whispers. Hang on. Gonna let this go. Also check it out, but I think at the cutoff it becomes fine. King, king, queen. Nicer hand here. But let's watch for in the meantime. King, king. Doesn't matter that we would have turned nice. Actually, Queen Deuce strangely gets raise called according to the solver. Here things are looking happy. But Queen 9, Queen 8, Queen 6, 5, 4, 3 can get raise folded for the most part. This SBR, there's little choice, money's going in. We don't get snapped, which we don't, and we take it down. Heads Up Master, that certainly is interesting. I will put it on the back burner for the next couple of hours, because, you know, with the splashing madness going on, I'll get back to you. Cheers for sending me that. And it is interesting. Yeah, I'll think about it in the break and or after the streams today. Cheers! Nope. Over here. Sure. All we need to do is check, then I'm fine with it. Flopping the bottom set. Locking on outs on a straight and flush draw board. This guy's really short, hadn't noticed that. Leading the straight, blocking it further out of ours. Well, that one actually doesn't change much. The nut straight is still a nut straight, the flush is still a flush. And they actually might sometimes be good. Unless it's like a baby flush. Neat. Let's watch this first. So I think this is correct. With the ace and the king. Unfortunately, a very unhappy flop. Poker in 2019! Suck! How you doing, my friend? Good to have you back. So here we have checking or folding. Curious to see how this one ends. Oh, good poker in 2019. I always enjoy our conversations, so it's all good. Well, as of yesterday, the results are not as... They're still fine. They're not as happy as they used to be, because I had a horrible session last Thursday, losing 25 buy-ins that day, 10 on stream, and then I took a break. Because it started to get to me, I'll be honest. I had a horrible run. Those 10 buy-ins on stream, I think I pretty much only lost due to the dealer being poopy pants. And that is with the big splash, unfortunately, yeah. So, yeah, I lost a whole bunch that day. Are we still taking this one down? No, okay. Right here, we're definitely calling. So yeah, then I aired out my head a little bit on that Thursday after that stream. Figured I was doing fine mentally, and I think I was too for the largest part. And played a little bit more and continued to run like ass. And so lost another bunch of buy-ins then. And then I have to admit I started tilting and didn't catch myself as early as I would have liked. So not a fun day. Lost a bunch there. But ever since then, things have been on the up and up again. Right now, for today, I think we're... I don't know. Buying in profit, actually. So far, so good. Who are we up against? Small blind. Okay, we're not betting then. Yeah, poker. There's the results command. It's only accurate to the day before. Only updated after the streaming day is over. There's a gutter on a 3-spade board now, not holding a single spade ourselves. Yeah, I worked a lot with... I've been working with Tom for quite a while now, Heads Up Master, so I value his opinion in that regard a lot. I'll still have to think about it in terms of how I can incorporate into like my... there's some considerations with the streaming there. Which is why I need to think about it after the stream. Oh, hang on. Half pot, we're definitely calling. Backdoor flush, 2 pair. Even though it's not the happiest board. Swing and a miss, but against the late position. Let's go with a bet. It's a late position caller. Go for 1 shot, of course, only. Here we have aces. These are definitely good enough to raise it up. Double suited with a 6 and a 3 there. So he checked. Let's give it a shot then. Play a small flush like that. Out of position, we're sizing up a bit. He ends up raising. That's an interesting line. Take it down with the aces. Curious. I guess he just checked back the straight flush in position there. No, I have no idea, but weird. Checking behind the turn. More, sorry. Here, that's the right key. More aces down here. Actually on table 4 there a moment ago with the aces. Maybe I can bet a little bit smaller. I wouldn't mind him sticking around. It was a, for the largest part, very uneventful board. Then we had a nut flush corner, we had a pair from the board. Interesting. This is also kind of cool. Here we're not folding, that's for sure. We have that 8 in our hand. I'm gonna check and check call here a lot. The aces took it down on the other table. You check and we should be good unless it's the queen 9, pretty much specifically. Or queen 7 I guess would have beat us too at that point. With the 9 in my hand, blocking straights a little bit, giving us a gutter ourselves. Nice. They're playing for some money here, it seems. Maybe not. This one I'm folding to raise, I think. I mean, I will, but let's check out the Matrix opinion on that. It's 10-5-3. So the Matrix would actually call it if it gets raised. I will fold it now. I stick to what I said. Okay, that's not bad at all. Rainbow board. Really? Right, so here we flop excellent. Erase pot. Okay. Just gonna call. Giving us a double gutter on top. I don't know, man. Maybe a set of fours? No, just the same. Oh, come on! Come on, man. Didn't deserve that at all, did ya? I was really hoping he has an ace here too when he bets, so I raised small. Fortunately, he took that as his exit sign. I know, I tend to be a luck box pre-flop. Also post quite often. I hope I'm not jinxing it. So I had the same hand. We were free rolling her with the double gutter. And she hit the one card that would have won it for her. Closing the action down here, I think this is fine. 7 pairing. Blind versus blind here. Take it down. Not quite sure, but I think double suited it has to get raised, right? It's a fine one to start checking, maybe? We're not folding here. We have a gutter, nut flush draw. Set outs. Cut off. Let's check this one for the pre-flop decision there. That's perfectly fine. Does get raised folded. That part is not unexpected. I definitely would play the low straight, which I am blocking incidentally. Just like that. 2 pair can still find a call here a lot, don't get me wrong. Not this time though. Single raise pot, I called closing the action. It's close, I think you can raise this one too. Actually, let's check up on that too. Here we're in a blind versus blind spot where I decided not to fold. Make the top pair now. I think I'll go with this. Here I called because of the gutters and the pair. And this is an excellent one to start bluffing, and so is this. He calls. Calls quickly too. With a set of fours. Yeah, that I get. Yeah, duh. So Jack 8, was it? Okay, here we got one through. And here we have a 1250 splash. We're highly incentivized to be calling there. PLO, huh? That's a good. I love that emote. That's a good one. Damn it. Timed out where I didn't mean to time out. Hey, having all the pairs here. Kinda nice. Not much in the ways of draws out there. One Broadway draw, that's it. Oh, one straight. That's it. One of them cards, huh? Putting exactly one straight out there. Check. Well, we've seen straights check there in this spot. Let's hope this is not one of them. Alright. Just calling here. Luckily we just looked that one up, and here we're gonna go for... Ooh, that's a good question. Hang on. I think I'm gonna lead this. I think we gain a lot of folds. If we get raised, we'll quite happily put it in. Here, flush draw. Come on! It's like the worst case hand she could have. Whereas down here we squeezed and flop a little bit better this time around. So that was nasty. Never know what the bet sizing is. Maybe bigger is better. This just looks even stronger than betting bigger. At least to me. Oh, you know what? I think this guy we might we might come over the top. This dude is just so very loose. That was the guy who went in with the Jack 10 9-8 single suited for the 4 or 5 bet on his part. So there's also a decent chance he's coming over the top, exactly, shutting out the other guy. Against his range, at least, we're never doing horribly. Woo! I feared the worst when I saw that 5, man. Ah, getting one back. Certainly feels nice. Wait, why am I in this hand? I think this guy was sitting out. I'm a little bit confused as to why I'm in this hand, to be honest. Yeah, not compounding any mistakes, just checking giving up here. Top pair gutter. Alright. Other excellent blockers, of course. Also helped by the fact that we have a spade. Without a spade I would have checked here, I think. We can still make a gutter ourselves, which would be to the nuts. That's not helping. In that case we'll abort, that's fine. Wait a moment. Yep. Quick bet there, huh? No putzing around. Lead, you say? Hand isn't good enough to trap. Oh, I think that was the hand where I did end up leading, right? I think I did lead there, if it's the one I'm thinking of. The one with the pair and the flush draw, and the 3-bet part. Oh, giving us 2 pair. Which is good. Wait, where'd it go? There. Nope. This one gets folded. Hey, this looks a little bit nicer. Can comfortably call another race. Alrighty. I think that qualifies. If you're dead, we're dead. Question is how do we play it? I mean, never folding here. You have a flop potting range? Yeah, with bluffs and with hang on. With bluffs and with value hands, yeah. I think that one was a good example for where I don't mind potting. This is an excellent card. And I called to maybe have him bluff again, although it's... You really can't. I'm not folding any flush here. If he has the better flush, he has it. Not much to be done there. Maybe take note of what he raised. What was that? Ace, King, Queen, Jack, double suited. Alright, so he 4-bets that. Interesting. Yeah, I mostly use 3/4, right? That's not for leading. For leading, I use pot sometimes. Yeah. The 3/4 or 1/3 I use a lot when I'm c-betting. Not folding here either. Check. And take it down. Unfortunately, we are down just a tad over 1 buy-in, so it's not horrible. I think all these hands played themselves. The last 2 buy-ins we lost. Okay. Took it down here pre. Yeah, it's a good question with the pot size leading range. I do have it. I couldn't quite off the top of my head tell you when. I think like a spot like this one is certainly top candidate for it. Wait, this is the one I meant to show. Okay. Down here I was in the hand because I was closing the action. I think that's alright and proper. Can I get blue flops for 100? Don't raise. Yeah, I didn't, right? I think I didn't. Unless you mean pre-flop, in which case I would have messed up. Ah, it's a nice splash here, so we want to be part of it. We're gonna go for the check raise. For 100, Alex. Yeah, I assume you're talking about the turn with the don't effing raise. Which I didn't. Here we're not raising too much. Hey, what do you know? Might end up winning one. Yeah, we get to play for it all. Top 2 and an open-ender. Against... Ooh, don't do it. Does not do it. We take one back. Very nice. Is that for full pot? Yes, it was. Unfortunately, get a fold. Even with 150 in the middle, I think this is pushing it. A little bit too much disconnectivity here. Here, I think in the big blind this is probably fine. I can check up on it in a moment, but the 10-9-8 combo with a suit is probably alright. Honestly, something I hadn't checked up much so far. Like, what am I calling within the big blind? Because it's a if the button raises. It's a spot that doesn't come up too often in the micros, where the button is the opener. It gets folded around to him. That's not helpful. Button versus... no, big blind versus button. 10-9-8. It's close. The 8-6 gets called, the 8-5. This exact hand actually does get folded. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that I would not have considered Thello leading. I know which hand you mean. We had the nut flush on the Jack 4-4 flop, I believe it was initially. That's a good point. Yeah, you're right, I'm getting called by lots of fours. I basically, at the micros, I don't think I've ever been, as far as I know, of course, I don't think I've ever been bluffed there by a reasonable player, maybe by a maniac. And I am getting called by a lot of fours, yeah? Also to protect your bluffs, yeah? Also a great point. Bluffing there sometimes. Can't quite come up with a... what would your bluffing range be there? Oh, damn it. Not suited to the ace. I could have let this one go. And I started saying that before I saw the sixes roll off. That's the secondary concern. Let's actually check that out. But I think this gets folded, right? Although I am at the button, I have position. If he bets pot, we are raising pot. Really? Well, wasn't that good for you? You had a pair and a flush draw, I guess. Okay. Good equity understand. Pretty cool point. Turning a 4 into a bluff ever, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I don't think I've ever seen that. Maybe it happened to me and I folded and I, you know, subsequently didn't find out. That's a comment I'm definitely gonna copy out for later consideration, Cello. It's an excellent point. I know I have a lot of leaks out of position. So wasn't that nasty, calling with a 5 and a nut flush? What the deuce? Nice! Great spot for us, of course. But jeez. Don't think that's how you should approach that spot. Not on a paired board. Also on the button I sometimes have him dead there. I do show up with a 5-4. 4, 5, 6, 7 type of hands, for sure. Maybe on the turn, if he checks into me twice. I should have bet the turn, I think. We're kind of like that. Now it's played, I'm just letting it be. Ace is for us. So now we have a pair and an open ender. And that would be the nuts. Can we get a raise? Nope, okay. Can we get a call? Nope. And that's quite an ugly board. Not much cooking here for us. Can't consist of 100% check folds and traps. Yeah, just having a tough time coming up with a bluff there. I guess turning a 4 into a bluff would be a prime candidate, right? Not sure what else. So we two-river the set here on an ugly board. The aces on table 1 took it down. You telling me we're good? Alright, I'll take it. So we got done nasty by the dealer here and there, right? Not like really major bad beats, but still. Putting us 2 binds in the hole for now. No, it doesn't have a traditional replayer right now. Only the text hand histories, unfortunately. There's really too few bluffs to lead. Yeah, it doesn't have a replayer, unfortunately. So, actually not convinced about this call, and it's possibly the same guy we were up against before, not quite sure. No, actually, would have had a bigger stack. Oh, really? for the pot size bet, I don't mind the raise, but I'm not sure if I should. Maybe should mind it. Curious to see what you're gonna have to say about Othello, but if you bet pot, you're behind King Jack, you need to flush draw. I don't know. It's a nasty setup nevertheless. Nope. Well, neither of these hands helped a great deal. Our strive to get unstuck here. Oh well. King Jack deuce. Jack deuce. We had the ace blocking straights a little bit. And the nut flush draw. And on this runout I wouldn't have saved money. On the exact runout I wouldn't have saved money had I just called on the deuce, but... Anywho, there are 57 entries at PLO 50 and 6 at PLO 10, so some PLO 10 action happening as well. Always love your walls of text, Thello. They have been invaluable to me. Right, so even closing the action 250 in the middle, too weak. Looks like summer's over. It's getting a little bit dark here. I mean, not like the sun going down, but like a storm is approaching. Add some lights. Gonna be a raise fold. Okay, pair of trip eights, huh? The nut flush blocker as well, blocking straights a little bit with the jack. Up against the 9-8, we're doing fine. Not that far behind. Like, thinking about the worst case scenario. Well, that's certainly an interesting river. Jesus. Missed the hand, Thello. I'll show it. Yeah. Good for you, my friend. The only thing I could do is turn it into a bluff, and I don't think that's a good spot for it. Not with the dude behind either. Yeah. Would not have worked, confirmed. So the hand I was talking about, Thello, was this one here at Ace Jack 9 Deuce. I opened the button and called the raise, which I'm gonna check up on. I don't think I should call that one. Didn't think about it either, just clicked the button. So letting this one go. This guy is pretty active. So the flop was King Jack Deuce. I had Jacks and Deuces and the nut flush draw. He bet for the full pot like 11 something. And I came over the top and he turned out to have kings. And the turn sealed it with turning a deuce, making him a full house. Leaving me with one out. So the pre-flop I'm checking up on. I think the pre-flop I need to fold. Was it ace jack 9 deuce? So let's check that out. But I'm kind of curious about the flop decision there if he bets pot. Do I just call? I mean, in this specific hand, had I just called, I still would have lost the money, but generally speaking, of course, is the question there. Wait, there. Right on, fellow. Need to let this go. I think. What a nasty turn. I still think it's a good question. With one diamond in my hand, all two pairs we can make would be better. Would put straights out there. I don't know. So what was it? Ace jack 9 deuce. Actually does get raise called, so that part preflop is fine on the button. Structured as a cage match. Start with 2k, go up every... Alright, alright. Well, looking very much forward to it. I will have to watch the video on demand, I suspect. Because it's gonna fall right into my streaming hours. But that I'll do tonight. Cool, best of luck, mate. Really? Need to turn a king here? Sorry, here. I thought I had him in view. Still gonna fire a second barrel because, generally speaking, it works quite nice. And it's working quite nice. Less down, hoping to get a call, of course. And take one down. One for the good guys. They're playing a decent one. Oh, where are we at? Oh, we're down a little bit less than 4 buy-ins. Like about 3.5. It's a bit unfortunate. Some nasty spots there, I feel. Not much to be done about most of them. Check this one out if it's alright. King 6, I think it is. This time we're going for the squeeze. No, the 8-7 is fine. The 8-6, in fact, gets folded there. The one I just raised. Alright. Is that stacked up calling pre? Yeah, I just checked it out in the matrix. It is indeed a raise call, so we have that going. Pair from the board, blocking straights. She comes over the top. We're probably not folding. A lot of draws out here. Ah, top set is unfortunately an option. 8-8-4-4. Damn it! Oh, that ain't helping. Jesus. Post block looks very standard. Okay, cool. Happy to hear it. This time we're the one with the set. Checking up on that hand. Gonna size up here a little bit. And actually also wrong. Does not get raised, just gets called. A little bit too trigger happy there. Let me check it out for double suited. With the 10s, we'll continue betting. And double suited only the 10-10-9-9 gets raised. Gets everything below the 10-10-8-8 gets called. In a limp part up here, we also have a set blocking our out. Alright, that's helping. Also blocking ace king, king 8. Let you know how that ends. And we take it down to not get called on table 3. And flop another top set against this guy. Same gentleman as before. Really excellent turn. Nice. So, here I came over the top of the button opener. Got called by the big blind. Interesting spot. Do have that nut flush draw. Only the 4-5 is really beating us. Not many sets out here. Kinda need to see one. Hey, that's a good one to see. Also nice, what's the right button here? Gonna come over the top, right? Let's wait. We do get called here, which is of course super sweet. And that's awesome, wow. Let's go with the no backdoor, anything with 2 pair for betting. Yeah, thanks for saying that. I'll... yeah, I'll keep it in mind. Cheers. So by the way, Thello is playing, you might know him from Run It Up. So this time I almost messed it up. From the Run It Up streams. Where he plays high stakes and high level PLO and other games there in the past. And having him in the channel giving me advice is quite a treat. So if you're looking to improve your game, you should take note of what he's saying there for sure, as I do. In a splash pot, we're gonna be in position. I think this is fine, actually. Here, gotta be not getting away from this one. Or pot size. Now that's gonna lead to a good question. Only 50% versus most bluffs. It's not terrible and no folding, yeah. And truth be told, Thello, I do fold there a lot. I'm not just saying that. I really do fold there a lot. What do we do here? I think we for half pot. Alright. Still let it go. Might be too big to let it go. Now that we're in this deep. Yeah. No, you make the better. Wait, what? Oh, the king 4. Yeah, the ace is king 4. I'm pretty certain I was up against aces. Unfortunately, made 2 pair there. I think that one was fine. I think that was pretty standard all the way. Man, looks such a happy river there for a moment. Still made back some money. Well, yeah, not much difference now. We're down 4 binds. Getting raised here on this board, really? Same spot where we're up against the set. I really don't know. This aggressive. It's horrible, man. Against jacks. Yeah, probably have to let it go. There's just no draws out there, nothing. I think we're up against the set a decent amount of the time there. Flop after 3. Don't know which hand, Thello, unfortunately. On. You're probably right. Once I, yeah, already reads like you're right. If I 3-bet, I'm kind of mystified myself why I checked. But I don't know which hand it was. And I turned the nuts. I was not the first one to act. If I'm thinking of the correct hand. But I think, yeah, I only turned the nuts in one spot. The recent pass there. You end up making a flush here, which is very likely good. Maybe I'm thinking of the... Oh, that one. That one. Wait, you made the straight flush? Okay, well, against losing against the straight flush is... unfortunately... something I have to take to the chin. Right, so we got aces down here. And we have a happy spot where we get to put more money in. Yep, money's going in. Not much left. Sweet. So right now I'm red holding on some tables because after Splashy Hour promotion, I otherwise don't red hole much anymore unless in very specific spots. But yeah, if that big splash comes, I don't want to play for 2 or 3 binds effectively. Also Shazam, we got a buy-in back there. Phew. It's good, man. Which puts us little over 3 binds in the hole now. Here we have, what do we have? We have an open ender. I'll let it go. Sorry, I meant here at clicked the wrong button apparently. Nope. Basically no short on value if it's checked down. Short on value a lot. Yeah. Making a pair is definitely short on value on that board. You know, I always basically have to copy out everything you put in the chat, Thello. Thank you a lot for putting all that in there, taking the time. So took that one down. And have the nut flush blocker here. Here we have a pair and a flush draw. Always. That's otherwise a pretty dry, pretty uneventful board, except for the flush which we are having. I might actually want to bet there a little bit. Always. Maybe not. The nut flush blocker took it down. But I mean, 2 had already checked. It's really small, which is curious. That's curious for sure. I couldn't come up with a hand I would bet the small. It would need to be crushing the board like kings with the nut flush, basically. I mean, a blocking bet really isn't necessary. I'm confused here. I'm gonna call yours down too. Because I'm weirded out. I have no idea what's happening. Now we make a jack high flush. Blocking full houses quite a bit. Strange spot. Stranger bets. What the hell? Okay, I need to call. I need to find out what you're having. Really? That's so very weird, my friend. What a great bet sizing by him in the end, saving us a lot of money. There are notes on this side, Thello. They are only good for this one player on that table and only for 4 hours. If that player leaves the table and comes back within 4 hours, then you keep those notes on that very table. But yeah, since otherwise you're anonymous, if the same player sits at other tables with you, you will never know. So the notes will not carry over. Right! You're right, it is. Damn it, I'm not sure if I'm at the same table anymore. So here, all he's doing is driving up the rake. Yep. It is not really. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice that in the heat of the moment. Jeez, yeah. Nice, took it down pre. Here we're in an interesting spot. We have a wrap and a flush. We actually could have maybe led here. Although we're up against 4 people, we don't have any pair from the board. Well, except for do tell a lie. You have that. Leading your combo is okay. Hey, thanks for doing that. I'm getting Thallow and solver-based input. Woo. Sweet. In position, you can check back more. Out of position, it's just a bear. Checking means you have to check call and folds. So many turns. Point well made, yeah. Giving us the straight here, blocking the nuts, I think we are... Folding is gonna hurt if we need to, but... I don't think we can fold. We have 2 pair, we have the second nut straight. If we are up against a better hand, we can still draw out. I don't think we can let this go. If you do get raised, I mean. If you don't, then all is peachy. Peachiness confirmed. Excellent hand, rubbish flop. Although we are... Oh, hang on. 1250 splash, that is not bad at all. So we're up against the big blind who can show up with any 4 cards. I'm gonna go for 1 bet. Checking means... Min raise. Min raise is min betting there. Now that I like. The hamster man would be a huge fan of the min raising. He loves that. Hasn't been here in a while, the hamster man. They had to take it down here against the big blind. And I think this is profitable on the whole. Against the small blind, I don't bet there ever without heading something. Here we're calling, of course. You have a rubbish hand, but 1250 in the middle. If somebody comes over the top, then we're taking that as our sign to leave that hand. Flopping a top pair. To so many people, we're definitely not betting here. Makes things interesting. Actually gives us a gutter to the straight flush. Position you can check back more. Just rereading what you wrote. Not basically, I'm gonna copy, or I'm gonna go over everything you said there after the stream again, fellow. Well, we could use the blockers at this point. We have 2 pair. Let's first see what happens. More rake back. Cloud, welcome back. Against the set, we're not doing that great. What a turn for him. Not quite sure what this is in reference to, though. Did I miss anything? Certainly didn't miss anything here, where I also have the nut flush blocker. Take it down. What are we doing? Well, we're still down roughly little less than 4 buy-ins. Not much changed. Some nasty spots. 6-5. I really don't know. I think it might not be horrible as a raise. Let's check it out. At this point I am gonna call a re-raise, yeah. I'm not quite sure if the rebet on my part was justified to begin with. This is not a happy board for us. He's gonna c-bet always, we're gonna have to fold always. Son of the gun. King 8, 6, 5. Might be... there's a lot of double-suited king X hands that do get 3-bet. What about this one? Maybe with the 7-6? Yeah. So really close. The King 8, 7-6 does get raised called, gets played exactly like that. The 8-5, King 8, 7-5 does not get played. So not a huge blunder, but important to notice that the 3 side cards need to be perfectly connected in that case. if they're that far removed from the king. And I feel betrayed, no big splashes yet. And the first splashy hour is over. Entering the second hour where we get 65%. I think to re-raise this one we need to let go. Otherwise I suspect it is fine. King A3 there, let's check up. Cutoff versus MP. And it was also close. Perfectly... Hang on, was it perfectly double suited? I don't think it was, right? No, so perfectly double suited gets raise called. Not perfectly double suited, for example, the Ace King 5-4 with those suits gets raise called, but the 5-3, the exact hand we had, only gets called there. I will do that. Will do, will do. So right now running pretty horrible, all in all. The things we flop or the all-ins we do. Two pair here, that's probably fine. And turn a little bit nicer here, giving us them nuts with a redraw. Yeah, down 4.5 binds for the moment. We'll see. They ain't over just yet. And except for a no limit 200 table, everybody's playing PLO currently. 52 peeps are playing PLO 50, and we have 6 entries at PLO 10. Sorry, PLO 20. Cool. The splash hours are definitely working out for RunItOnce.
First time I saw you, I knew all the time. It was something in the air that night.
Giving us a double gutter, right? Right. Top of our pair, of course. I think a raise gets it done quite often, to be honest. Into the check the flop.
Just say that you won't go and break my heart. Break my heart. Don't break it now. Remember it's the
Closing the action down here, I called, flop the middle set.
don't break my heart.
That's not superbly helpful.
Don't break my heart.
And we do get that fold there.
Don't break my heart.
Take one off, we do have a gutter ourselves.
Wanna tell you how I feel instead of keeping it all inside. So hard with you, I don't know why. Believe me, boy, I've tried. When you're upside down. Just say that you won't go and break my heart.
There. What's happening here? We called the button in a single race pot, flop trips, and a gutter. Took down a few small pots here and there just now, moving us in the right direction. Let's deny him some equity. What happens? Small bet sizing is peculiar. If you get a raise, we're probably letting this one go. Alright, giving us a full house. Putting a flush out there. Are we getting raised on the river here? Is this ever not the nuts? And hang on, I think here we have to go with it if he bets pot. He doesn't have that much behind. I think I'll end up calling here. That's what's happening. Ooh, that's a good card for us. Come on, hold! And we draw out. He had a much better draw than we did. Man, Jesus Christ. Didn't we get lucky there a little bit? Is 10 or... yeah, damn it. So knowing that and calling puts me in the Jamie Gold tier of poker players, doesn't it? Oh no, who was it always? No, it was actually Negrano on High Stakes Poker. He always said, I know what you have. And he ended up calling and... yeah, people had exactly what he thought they did. Yeah, when's that ever a bluff? Duh. In a splash pot. €5 splash, so that's definitely something to consider here. Excellent future blockers on a rainbow board. Let's not make the pot that much bigger than we need to. Just call. Also, we're likely gonna call again. Also, we are deep, which helps. Should a jack roll off, basically, or well, a king would give us the nuts. None of these. Kinda doubt we're taking it down, but also SPR1, I think we're getting called. Definitely by the ace-queen. Sometimes even people get sticky there with the ace-king. Seen it before. Yeah. I don't know how good the turn call was, to be honest. We do have the jack, so making less likely jack rolls off the king. We don't need, well, the king gives us nuts. The jack gives us excellent bluffing opportunities. The 10, of course, give us a set, but make it a little bit dicey. Flop call was definitely the right turn. Maybe not so much. Two pair here. Gutter to the nuts. Three ways. It's sort of by checking, I feel. And right. The points are still active? I didn't know that. I mean, not collecting any more points, but I thought I had purged the leaderboard there. Gonna let that one go. Go for a little bit of a bluff here. Been checked away. Been checked around all the way. I mean, great name of Jamie Gold, right? I was thinking of him either. He was the one who told people what he had and still got called. Slightly different. Two pair here. Checks all the way. And here I called because it's a splash pot, and I was closing the action. And take it down. Took it down with the on table 5 here. Just the wrong number. Front end backdoor flush draw here. I think we have to see one. Giving us a double gutter now and a pair. Probably have to go let her go for pot size though. I think with the double gutter and the nut flush draw, slightly more comfortable to call. Is King Jack 8 gonna be calling here on the button? Unless somebody raises, of course. Flop the nuts with a bit of a redraw, have some other fun hands going on. Flop trips. And got aces over here. Trips get called so far. Aces take it down pre. Here, with a diamond. With a diamond, I think I want to bet it a little bit. And it's also kind of nice. Would be good raised. I mean, I don't think we can let this go. Take it down on table 5. Here we flop quite nice. And here, if you have 10s, then you have 10s, my friend, and that's the long and the short of it. Yeah. And that's pretty basically our day in a nutshell. Where people just have the exact hand that they don't need to, really shouldn't have if we had any say in it. Damn. Damn. Thank you very much. Thallo. And good luck to you, man. Go crush some guys today. So, hang on. Gonna check here. And here we're gonna bet. We have a sweet wrap and a flush draw. Gonna get the money in if somebody wants to. Yeah, we're not getting away from this. I think I might need to reload some money on the side. We had a horrible run here. Yeah. We're down like 7.5 buy-ins, something like that. He makes the flash. You gotta be shitting me. Jesus Christ in the basket. He had a really rubbish hand there. Only the open-ender himself. Jesus Christ, what runouts we're getting today and what setups. They're quite nasty. I don't mind telling you. Jesus Christ. So we're down 8 buy-ins, yeah. See how we fare here. Hopefully a little bit better. Having top 2 now and a flush draw. No, against this. Oh, Jesus Christ. We were dead in 2 spots basically. Yeah, I need to put some money on the side. Damn it. Oh, do I have? Yeah. Oof. What a session. Well, after the break, or after the splashy hour is over, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a break, clear my head a little bit. Don't feel it's getting to me just yet. But I'll be careful, I'm not gonna repeat last Thursday's mistake. That's for sure. I'm not folding here. It's alright and proper, I have all the sets. I can make some money back. Up against the flush draw? Nope. You're not making a straight for change, right? Cool. Hey, maybe I don't need to reload money. Maybe I could just take it off this table. Time for the comeback, I guess. Now I'll put some money on. I hope I was showing the right table. I might not have. Hang on, I think you might have missed that one. I had 8s and 6s double suited in the small blind. The button opened here. And I came over top. He came over top again. I called and flopped. Woot! Something happy happening. SR Edar. 3-dar, I guess. Thank you very much for following. Cheers. I'll be a little bit quiet for a moment while I make a deposit here. I don't know if I played bad enough to explain the losses. I don't feel I did, but perception of yourself there. Self-perception is sometimes wrong in that regard. Looking pretty nice here. Okay, king, queen, jack 10, triple. See what the action is leading up. That's fine. And that is a pretty fine flop, giving us a top pair and a decent gutter on the rainbow board. Backdoor flush draw on top. Not quite done with the banking, give me a moment. Get erased here, we shall not mind. Oh, he's really short, never mind. He had the top pair. Alright, I guess. Tough to argue with that. Oh! Sorry, the muting was due to the banking. One of my hotkeys for muting is the one on the numpad, and I used that one to log into, to put in the numbers for the deposit, all the jazz. Thanks for letting me know. Aces with a king and a queen here sounds mighty fine. So we're basically down 9 buy-ins currently. Not much of that really deserved, I feel. Some of it, sure. But a lot of all-ins that just went sideways, didn't go all the way. So I'll certainly be enjoying the breaks, getting my head straight. I think I will be back for tonight though. And also it's not over just yet. We see how we fare. Two ways, so small blind, he's the most likely to have an 8. I think we're still betting with the nut flush. Might be a case of oversea betting, a little bit. That number, by the way, is definitely not correct with the buy-ins. I have no idea, or if it is, I don't know how it's being calculated. I was kind of curious about that one. Alright. Let's try to get some money back. So, flapper top pair and 8s again, no? Right. This time in a single raise part. And also a little bit of a splash going on. 3 BB in the middle. Take one off. Although, now that I think about it, there are really no draws out here. On the other hand, he's betting that's not an 8, it's an ace-queen, basically. Oi, or better. Oh, me. We'll find the exit at this point. Strange. Him checking the turn. Checks again, no? Guess we're splitting? No, wait, what? Okay, that makes sense. That does make sense. A 5 euro drop here, we don't quite have the hand for it. Like only if this guy limps. Then we could consider limping behind on the button. Not winning this very often, if we do. We have aces up here. Why am I short here? There you go. Taking it down. Curious to see what ends up happening here. Much longer are we splashing? 23 minutes. The Bud Spencer beats right now. I have one song in my playlist that always reminds me of Bud Spencer music. Bud Spencer Terence Hill music. So he hit the flush draw, he hit the queen, and takes it down. We have queens and 8s this time. Up here we have a top pair and open ender, blind versus blind. Sounds pretty good to me. Not folding to a 3-bet here, should he go for it? The jack, not immensely helpful. That's a 2, huh? So here everybody checked, and now I turn what I would think is the nuts currently. Queens. Okay. Right here. Call in one spot. It's an excellent river, I hope. I think the Jack 5 would have let the Jack 8 reblock. Only thing that wouldn't have bet the flop maybe is a set of jacks on a board like this. I'm gonna lose my shit a little bit if he comes in for the race here. So don't, for the sake of my mental health. Nah, I don't think so. Flop a wrap. A rainbow board. Not completely bad. And that would be the second nuts for us. Have a check in front. Take it down. Get aces right afterwards. Neat. Alright, have the nut flush draw, overpair, and got it 2 nuts. That's not a happy card. Putting 2 queens out there. I'm gonna check. I think we're good, but I don't think we're getting called by much. Well, maybe the ace-jack type of deal. Let's go for a thin value. See where that gets us. Alright. Down here we flop the nuts. So, getting some money back, a few small pots here and there. It is a step in the right direction, at least. Gee, maybe I'm... Wait, did I screw up the math? Just gonna check here. Some nice future bluffing abilities. Hang on, I need to get the calculator out. Did I screw up my math? Maybe we're not doing as badly as I thought. I'm gonna take one off here because we have the 9s, 7 or an 8. Puts us into a pretty decent spot. Also, we still had the top pair on the board, so... we're letting it go. Right. Eight and a half binds is what it is. Alright. We've had worse. That's pretty nice. Top and bottom and a nut flush draw. Not shy about betting there and taking it down. Queens and 9s, just gonna be a call. Can also call a 3-bet. Same story as before. Without the spade I wouldn't be betting. With the spade we're going for the blocker play here. Nice. Blockers take it down. If you make the nut flush on a paired board, gonna be a little bit careful about it. betting, huh? Make a top set for a change. That's up there. A splash pot where I limped. That's slightly unusual for me. I'm gonna open in a straight flush. Easily behind. Keeps betting here. Might have to let it go. Also have to let it go here, I think. Yeah. Not many full houses out there. Sevens, I guess. Where will that go? This 3-bet we can call for sure. We have aces over here. Wow. All right. That's gonna do it for us, I think. Yeah, we're up against the flush draw as well. We need to make 2 pair. That's not helping, unfortunately. Need to let this one go. Not much going on for us hand-wise currently. It's gonna be a raised fold. How much longer? 12 minutes with the splashing. Then we're gonna go on a much-needed break. And I think the break will be a little bit longer. Clear my head a little bit after this horrible session, horrible run so far. And be back for the midnight splashy hours though. That's a given. We flop a top pair and a nut flush draw. Face a lead, huh? Okay. Giving us top 2, meaning we're gonna come over the top if he bets again at this point. I have aces down here. That's the part, really. I don't think he's leading. Is he leading 7s here a lot? Or like deuces? Like deuces you really shouldn't have often at a small blind. I think we're going with it, is the short version of that. The aces here, we're going to be a little bit careful, just checking. And we're good. Take one down for a change. Sweet. He bets really small. We do have a pair from the board. Take one off. Giving us 2 pair on a straight board now. The opportunity to play a big one with aces. Right, he checks, and that's not a happy river, unfortunately. Gonna check fold. E-bets, we're letting it go. And take that one down. Got a backdoor flush draw. It's called here because this guy's not coming over the top a lot and there was 250 splashed in the middle. I think this is reasonable with the extra money. Otherwise clear fold in a small blind. I didn't mean to bet quite that large. Nope. Okay, giving us the nut flush draw. Probably any pair might be good here. That's not a pair. They're playing a big one. Queens versus ace and a 10-high flush draw. Okay. One guy. This time just calling instead of raising. Because turned out that was a mistake to come over the top. Although that was versus under the gun. Not quite sure about the cutoff. Let's check up on it. I'm still going to continue betting because we have all the 10s. Alright, gonna be a bet fold. Get raised, we'll let it go. So, button versus cutoff, 10s and 8s. That's fine, just a call. And we do take it down. Bet here once and then probably be done with it. Turn a gutter. Okay. Six more minutes of splashy hours for the first iteration today. Then I go on a break, find somebody fun to host. Have some dinner, be back before midnight. Okay. Kinda curious, what do we do with this one against the button open? I have a double gut shot. One backdoor flush. Maybe also a nice bluffing spot, now that I think about it. We do take it down with a pair. Have a gutter. 10. Take one off, the gutter, backdoor flush draw. It's not necessarily a horrible card. The other one was a 10-9, 6-5. So it's closed. 10-9, 6-5 that we had there in the small blind against an theoretical button open would be a fold. 10-9, 7-6, 8-6 would all be raised calls. Not that one though. Right, so open-ended straight draw with a flush draw. Mix it down. And more aces over here. Pretty crappy, but aces nevertheless. Nah, we're not gonna go for the blocker play on a paired board, I feel. We do still take it down. Oh. I think so. Kings take it down pre. Go for a bluff here for a change. Those tend to work quite a lot. We do have some backup. We can make a flush, can make a full house ourselves. But we get called. Alright. Bunch of other interesting spots. He bets here, I'm letting it go at that point, that's fine. Really? Kinda curious. Giving us a full house. I think most likely if he has a full house, it should be the 8-5, King 5, sometimes. Let's see. Or just random button clicking. Definitely good for the bankroll. Cool. One more minute, so I think the last orbit on all tables, then I'll go on a break. Stushi! Hey, welcome back to the channel, Stushi. Catch me at the tail end of a pretty bad session. Certainly made plenty of mistakes. But man, did we get shortchanged by the dealer. And a lot of runouts or just spots where people had the exact one hand that they weren't supposed to have. The one hand that would beat us, and yeah. Just trying to figure out how the session has been going. I don't know. I was slightly at a loss. I think I get called. Giving us a gutter, unfortunately we won't be able to see a turn here. And takes it down there too. Kings and fours. Ah, Uncle Schnitzel, if you're still here, that's the song that reminds me of the Bud Spencer and Terence Hill soundtracks. Some parts of it really do. So, top two and a gutter. Doesn't sound too bad for now. Doesn't make much of a difference. Let's be good. Cool. That helped. Have the smaller flush. The other thing, the straight. Would now pairing, kind of unfortunate. We turn the nuts with a redraw to the flush. No big splashes today. And we do get that flush. So we're good. Phew, okay. We caught with what? I guess a overpair and a gutter blocker to the nuts. We flop kinda nice here for one of the last hands. Actually could have led here. He's not betting there a lot. Still gonna be a bet fold at this point though. And we are either good or we are splitting. Yep. Alright. Well, that was some session. I don't need to repeat in a hurry. How much are we down? I think 9 binds, something like that. Not much has changed. In a single raise pot, button opened, we flop kinda cool actually. Pair the wrap. I think we're gonna go for the check raise here. Also have the backdoor flush draw. Blocking nuts, holding a queen. Without the pair, would just call. Oh, I guess we can host Pokebra. That's always fun in his place. Haven't been in his channel in a while. Neat. Let's do that in a moment. Right? It does feel like a Terence Hill but song. You're the first person to react to that. I've been saying that a bunch of times now in the chat. Or on channel. I guess not many Terence Hill but Spencer fans out there. A few decent hands here for the last part of this session. Maybe we can get something going. Taking it down pre, queens and threes, also fine. Not gonna fold to a raise. Not very helpful. Some future blockers, but any decent bet sizing and we not gonna be able to call, yeah. That one qualifies. Last hand, but it's a playable one. Ace King 8-7, can also call a 3-bet once more. And that's it. So, certainly an unhappy session, all in all. A lot of setups, sort of just straight up horrible runouts. No real, like, huge bad beats, but just hands that didn't stay good or ran into the nuts with the second nuts. One of those days, I guess. Let's see if we can turn it around tonight. I will probably be taking a little bit of a longer break, clear my head a little bit, but be back for the splashy hours, which starts at midnight. So I'll be back at, I guess, 11, so that's, what, 2 hours from now? 2.5 hours from now. In the meantime, let's head over to PokerBrow's place, who plays, I believe, no delay tournaments. I don't think he has a delay there. Yeah, exactly. And always entertaining to be in his channel. So let's head over there, and thanks for watching so far. Let's hope the day ends better than it started.